It is beer o'clock again on Real Ale Guide, and I got something a little bit special for you here today. It is February 2013 on the show. Look at the date on that. November 2016. And when you look at a date like that on a beer, you kind of almost know in yourself that it's going to be a nice bottle conditioned beer. This is, to the best way I can describe or pronounce the beer, Ichtegem's Grand Cru, a Flemish red ale matured in oak barrels. And very interesting with this one. I just want to read a little bit more. Brewed and bottled by Brouwerij Strubbe in Belgium, but it's been imported by Beer United International Incorporated, Reading, Connecticut, USA. But this beer has been sent to me from Belgium, so whether BelgianBeerShop.com, which has sponsored this video, if you quote me, the Real Ale Guide, you got a 10% discount on your order. Whether or not they've kind of nipped it in before, they've got a few of these in before they've gone over to America, I'm not sure. But the label's got the government warning, the American government warning on the back as well. And there's a lot of English on there. So this one's been brewed and packaged to be sent over to America. Let's get it open. There's a bit of smoked in on the opening. I love a kind of, I love a red ale. Always have loved the red ale. Love a good mild, as we call them in the UK. But I've not had a kind of a 6.5% oak aged matured red ale. So looking forward to this one, or a Flemish red ale I should say. 6.5% ABV. Beer in the glass is 1 finger head. It is white, kind of tan coloured a little bit. I'd say it's more of a very light cream colour than a white, but it's so close to being. Look at that, there's just a bit of light coming in the beer. Let's see if we can grab that light for you. There you go, bottom of the glass, a bit of light coming in. Carbonation fizzing away nicely, it's not overly huge. Is it a bottle conditioned beer? Doesn't look bottle conditioned. Not much, it looks very clear, kind of almost a very jet black beer, but as I said, it's got that hint of redness. Let's get a nose on this one then. And this is incredibly vinous, an incredibly vinous beer. We've almost got a massive hint of blackcurrant in this one. Oh yes, going to dig into this one. Cheers everyone. Oh. Okay. It's nice and sour. Oud bruin gript I eiken watten. If you're watching and you speak Belgian, please put your comment in the comments box with what that says in English, please, for me. But the word ode or oud normally, when you read it, means a kind of it's a sour kind of pronunciation. Kind of means a sour beer. Picking up a lot of that sourness. It's extremely vinous beer. It's almost, this is so close to being a sparkling fizzy wine that the wine industry must have had an influence on this style of beer in the past. It's so close to being a sparkling red fizzy wine. It's got so many of them attributes to it. It's very, very fizzy on the tongue. Almost cidery. It gives you that cidery floweriness, that sourness as well mixed in, that kind of red wine, white wine. And then, so surprisingly, right at the back end, when you're saying to yourself, wow, this is kind of so close to being a wine, it gives you that little, reminds you, that little poke up the nose that actually right on the end you're tasting malt, and it's a nice sweet malt right on the end. And that's the distinguishing aspect of this beer that makes you go, whoa, no. It's very, very close to being a cidery kind of red wine, but it's not. It's based on malt. Pardon me. Just throwing the beer around this side of my mouth. I love to do that with this style of beer because it's such a sensation. And up until about, I don't know, 18 months ago, I'd not expected that, or not tried that sensation. And it really kind of, wow, what's this? So I make a point of trying to wash the beer around as many parts of the mouth as I can, just to try and release everything this beer has in terms of power and force. Because I think this is a very, very powerful beer. It's so crisp at the same time. It's clinical. It's a clinical beer. It's not thick at all. You might think 6.5%. You're really getting that malt, by the way. 6.5%. You might think it's black. It might be a bit stouty, a bit Guinnessy as you're watching this, if you're new to beer. But let me assure you, it's very thin. It's very nice. But the more I'm drinking it, the more this kind of style of beer, as the months go on, just gets me more and more excited. And there was a well-known beer writer at the back end of last year, a lady in the UK, who said that it's lost me for a minute, the name of the beer, these lambics, they're really going to be the kind of beer to drink in 2013. And when I kind of read that comment on Twitter, I was a little bit skeptical. I was thinking, oh, I'm not sure, I'm really not sure, but it's, the more you drink this style of beer, the more you get it and the more excited you get by it. Lovely, lovely stuff. Time for a rating. I can't say no more. It's the malt on the middle now. I'm getting the malt on the middle of the palate and the back end of the palate. It's the malt that really, really is the surprising aspect of this beer, because it's, you know, you'd expecting that, you get that and expect that big sourness. You expect that cideriness, that red and white wineness, but you expect that the malt hasn't kind of got enough in itself to give off enough of a flavour to be present in the flavour. But it has, it really has. And that's why I think this beer is very, very special. It's a special beer. So now I probably am not giving this beer justice by pronouncing the name of this beer, but I'm pronouncing it as Ichtegem. I hope it's Ichtegem. I hope I'm not too far out. But it's the Grand Cru Oud Bruin. So old brown, maybe a Flemish red ale. Fantastic stuff. Thanks for watching me, the Real Ale Guide. I've not given a rating yet, so I will give a rating. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. Please check out BelgianBeerShop.com. Quote me, the Real Ale Guide, for a 10% discount. Put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to my daily beer reviews, and cheers.